Hey, what's up? I'm at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk today, and I'd like to do on location with you for a different movie. In the past, I have done Bumblebee, and we have done the movie Us, but today it's going to be a different film. Yeah, this is really a perfect time to come. The music's not on quite yet. 2 hours, an hour and a half early, I should say. Going over to Under the Giant Dipper. This is a classic ride. It's been here for over 100 years now. Actually, wait, hold on. We even have the date up here. That way I can actually give you the actual year it actually came out. 1924 to 2024. So last year it did turn 100 years old. See, that's pretty cool. But we do have movie posters today. Okay, so let me clarify what ones I've already done in the past. If you have not seen it yet, check it on my station. We have done the movie Us, Jordan Peele movie. And I also have done a Bumblebee. Check that out with Haley Steinfeld and John Cena. And today's movie, I've still yet to see Sun Impact. I never actually ever seen Sun Impact actually. It's an older version of Clint Eastwood's film of 1983. But today my focus is on The Lost Boys. Kiefer Sutherland, the two Coreys, the Corey Haims and Corey Feldman. And it is a 1987 film. So what I'm actually gonna do is, since they pretty much shot the whole entire warfare of the boardwalk and everything, I'm gonna bring you to particular areas where they shot a lot on. And I just watched this not too long ago. It's been a while since I've actually seen this movie. And I feel it's time that I actually do on location with the movie The Lost Boys. I remember the two Coreys being in other movies too during this time. Dream a Little Dream, License to Drive. If you guys are known from those movies, leave those comments down below if you like those movies. That shows how I lived through the 80s, and they have all these great movies that came out in the 80s. Wow, what a decade, I gotta say. Yeah, the atmosphere feels a little more different around here too, with everything being closed. The Haunted Castle. Got a little over an hour till all these attractions open, which I actually think this is a really good time to actually be doing this. But take a look at this, since it's still in the morning hours. The fog is still here. It hasn't lifted quite yet. It's gonna be a nice day. I know that it's supposed to be in the low 70s here today. But how the fog is covering the ocean, that's pretty cool. And the famous wharf that people like to go on. Lots of good restaurants. Okay, so our first location, if you aren't familiar with the carousel, there's a particular spot in the movie that we're in there a couple of times. Yeah, they're starting to open. Some stores open right now. I think some stores actually open like an hour or so before we open. Hours here are 12 to 7 today, so watch them open this up right when I'm here. Okay, so let's head down. Coming down, not on this one. The next one is the gate to the carousel. They weren't actually in the park of the boardwalk on the strip right here. Yeah, it's the carousel. Can't wait for this to be open. And the big difference about this carousel, this as well too, and I'll give you the years, 1911 when this carousel came out. It's one of a kind, because it's one of those carousels you can go around, collect a ring, and try to get into a bullseye of a clown. I still have yet to do it. It's been such a long time since I actually got the target, of course. Okay, so let me show you where I'm at. Along this side of the carousel, wasn't once again on the boardwalk itself, but if we came out here, during the old days of the 1980s, these gates were not always here like this. It was more open actually than it was before. But if you came around, almost right here, where you tie up your bikes or scooters or whatever you want. This is where the train is that usually comes, and it usually does stop. This is the particular corner they were always standing at filming. Yeah, so this was a particular corner that actually used to film it in the movie with Kiefer Sutherland's character and his gang being out here. And there was another celebrity I forgot to mention. His name's Jason Patric. Also, another youngster that was along with Kiefer Sutherland. Jason was in Speed 2 and The Usual Suspects. And looking at him now, this is incredible. He's all grown up and still acting as it is, along with all these other actors. And that's amazing. But I just want to point out this corner. I hesitated for a second because I do know that Corey Haims did pass away a while back ago. That was a sad moment because he was a fine actor, and along with the two Coreys, with Corey Feldman and Corey Haims, they were best friends, and they actually created a good movie magic together back in the early 1980s. Yeah, it's pretty sad. So the first shot I'm actually showing today is the fact they use this corner. But I'm gonna move down even farther. There's a particular spot I can't film quite yet because they did use one of the parking lots for the opening act with the first kill when the vampire attacked. Yeah, it is a vampire movie if you guys weren't familiar with it. This is nice though because you can get that environment with me with people not being here quite yet, with not everything being open. It feels kind of spooky. Actually, it's not as spooky since it's during the day. They do have like 3 to 4 different entrances to enter the boardwalk. This is the main one that usually has been here forever. And even if you can see that, thank you for making memories since 1907. That's how old the boardwalk is. It's incredible, but it's been added on within time. Passing by Typhoon and the pirate ship. Can't wait to see these rides go in action. What's the kind of festivals they have going today, because they have tents up and everything. They usually have music over in this corner right here too. But I was walking more into the arcade section now, because I noticed they use this section a lot too in the movie. It's gonna be turning out to be a beautiful day. I've got a sweatshirt on. I need to take it off, put it back in the car. If you guys have never, the doors are open. When I was over here earlier, they weren't open. You also can grab a breakfast here just as well too at the boardwalk grill. If you come here before 11 o'clock, you can grab breakfast. Okay, so trying to recall it. Around these lines, the reason I came over here, I think this might have been added within time, but I think I'm been trying to nail this down good enough to see if I can get this. It's been over like a month now since I've seen the movie The Lost Boys. I think it might actually be this section right here. Jason's character in the movie was named Michael. And Kiefer Sutherland, I should mention, his name was David. But this is the spot where they tried recruiting him to join with them after that little fight incident earlier in the movie. So they use a good amount of this spot. And later in the film too, when Michael felt like he was about to be a transfer, knowing that he's about to turn into something darker, known as a vampire. I don't think they use this beach, but maybe a little bit of this portion of this beach, walking along here, and how he is running through the fog. And I was going to demonstrate the fog thing, but now we see that the fog is actually burning away. But there's a lot of material they used here for the Lost Boys here, the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. I want to see if the other parking lot actually does open up. That way I can actually show you where the first opening sequence of the Lost Boys was actually filmed. Figured out I'd get out here. The boardwalk is starting to open. You hear the music and everything. The cotton candy's out. People are having fun already, playing the arcades. But I just want to cover a couple more things about this movie called The Lost Boys. If you guys are not familiar with it, I can walk with you guys. The premise of the story is a mom and her 2 sons come out with their fresh new start because they had a bad history, and then they wanted to move out to somewhere different. In the movie itself, I believe it's a fictional town, but we all know it's the boardwalk, of course. And this is where they actually run and bump into teenage vampires. Kiefer Sutherland and his group. Okay, so other characters and other celebrities that are in this movie. Star was a love interest to Michael in this movie. I already felt like he had a thing with her when the first time she actually met her. It's like love at first sight, I guess. And if you guys are not familiar with that, with Jami occurs, she actually did move on, and she was an actor in the movie Twisters. So do you guys remember that movie Twisters with Bill Paxton? Go back and reference that if you have not seen it. I would recommend that. Dianne Wiest is another one. She is the mom that brought her. She's the main mom that brought her sons out to change their lives around. But of course, that she thought was a little different, of course. So this is a well-known cast with a real. I have to say this is one of my best vampire movies growing it up. That I just fell back and actually loving this movie. It's just one of those movies that if you want the horror, if you want the vampires, this is truly the one you would actually want to see. I feel like I'm getting an audience here with this bird here. He's been watching me talking here. He's going, what is this guy doing? Were you in a Lost Boys, little birdie? Also, if you want more good trivia, after mentioning the two Corys with Corey Feldman and Corey Haims, this was actually the movie that actually started them off meeting each other. And then later on, I think just shortly after was License to Drive. And then Dream a Little Dream, of course, after we mentioned that. I think there are other films that they were into. I can't think of them right now, so if you happen to think of other movies with the two Corys, leave those comments down below. Also, if you didn't know this as well too, you feel like, what happens when these actors when they don't need to be in front of the camera? The two Corys were here in the back section of the arcade, having a great time, and they would always come over here, and when they were not shooting, they would actually come over here and play the arcade. The arcade has been here forever, by the way, and it's this one of those spots that this is a great spot. Play arcades, go beach, eat, and you got the rides. And one of the coolest thing about this too, in the beginning of this movie, of course it's all dark and everything, they have a drone or something to give a nice bird eye view, of course, of the ocean over here. And they come with the ocean, they come over this way and drift off into the boardwalk and give a nice zoom over bird eye view of the boardwalk over here. It's pretty cool. I made it to the other side of the boardwalk. I'm about to exit to show you what the beginning of this movie actually was, with the opening sequence to the Lost Boys. So if you walk out of here, thank you for please visit us again soon. I'm coming back. I'm just showing my viewers the Lost Boys. Okay, so if you come out here, this is the other parking lot. There's a couple of parking lots. There's the main one where I'm actually parked at today. Yeah, if you guys are not familiar, there's I forgot to mention that too. Hold on, before we do this, I don't know how far down I can actually go, but in the movie itself, I don't think it was this bridge. I don't think. Actually, it might have been. Actually, there was a particular scene in the movie. I'm not going to go down all the way, of course. Let's see how good I can get with this. But in the movie, there was a little challenge to Michael to fall from the bridge into the dark, misty fog. And I don't think this was used for the movie, but I got to do a reference with that one. If you guys happen to know, leave your comments down below. I forgot about that. I wonder if they used that scene with this bridge. I'm quite concerned with that. So right above is the log ride. But this was the parking lot I wanted to show over here. Is the parking lot open over here? Yeah, it is. Let me just go down there to show you guys. Maybe I don't have to show you. But this is the opening sequence to the Lost Boys here. I was really tempted to use this parking lot over here today. This parking lot's a little more easier for those who actually do come to the boardwalk. If you use this parking lot, you pay in a booth, that's it. At the other parking lot, you have to grab a ticket and then pay later, or whenever you feel like you want to pay it. So when we go in here, there's a little pathway too here. Gotta be careful. The pathway goes up there by the bridge, but it gets a little narrow up there. So the people are coming out up there. Okay, so this is the parking lot I was trying to get to help show you guys the opening sequence to the Lost Boys. There was a security guy coming back to his car, and of course those teenage vampires smelled the blood. So I'm just trying to give a little description here, and it's along the line probably here in the middle of the parking lot, because I heard this spot was taken. And that's some people actually said they remember them filming it over this particular spot. So this is rather cool. This was once again the opening shot, and this most likely will be the end of my video. How do you like that for a sequence? I like that. So it's all around here, and you got the boardwalk right in back of me here too. I feel like the spot where they were, it's pretty close to where I am. I think it's a little farther in, actually. Probably on the lines right here. It was pitch dark too. They filmed this in the pitch dark. They had lights and everything. They did it so well, the fact they didn't really show the vampire. They just really grabbed the security guard and flew off, and bye-bye. There's the opening intro, and start the movie, fade in and fade out into the movie. Okay, this is pretty cool. I was able to actually do this with you guys. Once again, I did the line of the Bumblebee, us here on location at the boardwalk, and now I was able to get the opportunity for the Lost Boys. I was waiting for myself to actually watch the Lost Boys before actually doing this, because I wanted to really get my clear shots where each and every shot actually was. They must have actually used a drone of some sort in the beginning, because again, I said they went over to the ocean, they went over here to the boardwalk to get that really nice view. It's amazing. It's really breathtaking, I gotta say. And they put it in the light of darkness. It just feels the vibe of we're going into this thrilling new town, seeming like it's a little dark or something like that. And don't be alarmed, guys, but there are no vampires around here, I don't think. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I didn't park over here today. I normally like the front, but when it gets busy, you have a hard time getting out of this front parking lot, which is the main one, I'd say. Come all the way back here. Come out here in the street and just go straight into the freeway, back into the hills. Oh, that hill's crazy, man. I wish they would have thought of doing separate ways of actually getting here to Santa Cruz, but you have to go through those hills, the mountain of hills, to get here. Man, talk about crazy drivers. Whew. Can't believe how people just speed up sometimes and cut in front of you. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna make my way back into the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And I'm gonna start ending this video. There were a lot of interesting particular shots I wanted to show you. A lot of spots where they talked is where I showed you by the carousel and towards the start of the arcade and beach. That's where they normally are. But it's gonna be a really beautiful day here at the beach boardwalk today. That park has not even opened yet. What good time I actually did. Okay guys, so this is the end of the video. Yes, I'm on this guy right above the boardwalk right now. But shooting this once again for the movie Lost Boys. This has been great to actually show you some locations here on the boardwalk. So other than that, my name's Ryan. Hope you enjoyed my days here at the boardwalk. Maybe one of these days I can see you here at the boardwalk itself. See you guys later. Bye. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here at the boardwalk. That's exactly what I'm talking about, because we're going really slowly above the boardwalk itself. Here we got one of the cavemen on the other side. What's up? That's cool how they have these cavemen in some of these boxes up here. She's enjoying the view. Going right above the haunted castle, I should say, sorry. And the giant dipper up ahead. Oh yeah. We're right above the Giant Dipper now. That's where we started today too. Well, until next time, thank you for watching. I'm 3 for 4 out of these posters. Like again, it said, did Bumblebee, Us, and now today I did On the Spot location of The Lost Boys. Starring Dianne, Wiest, Kiefer Sutherland, Jason Patric, Corey Haims, and Feldman. What a film for the 80s. Thank you for watching.